Welcome back, Lorcana players. It's Poisonous. Today we're going to count down the best cards in the new Azurite Sea expansion, which is hitting stores soon. This top 7 countdown is going to look at the cards that I think are going to be the most played and most useful cards. Not necessarily the most powerful. There's lots of cards in every expansion that seem like they would be quite strong, but really aren't playable or don't fit anywhere. So we're going to be focusing on cards that are going to show up in new meta decks and will have an impact on the game. Let's dive into our top 7 Amethyst cards for Azurite Sea. Starting at number 7, we have the new Madam Mim, Tiny Adversary. This is a 2-cost inkable 0/3 quest for 1. The card does have Challenger +1 and also gives your other characters Challenger +1. I think that Amethyst has been looking for a good 2-drop. The Madam Mim Snake is a good one, but it's, very situational. This card has 3 health, so it's pretty survivable, and giving your other characters Challenger +1 allows for some kind of sneaky antics. It turns your turn 1 1/3 into a 2/3, or a turn 1 2/2 into a 3/2, so it can surprise your opponent. I think that overall this card is good and will see play, and the Madam Mim Tribal is something that's already being played, and this card is a good addition to that. Let's move on to our number 6. Our number 6 card is Genie, Wonderful Trickster. This is a 7-cost inkable 4/7 shift 5. It has 2 effects. Whenever you play a card, draw a card, and at the end of your turn, put all the cards in your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. This card has an extremely powerful effect that basically, even if you start with 1 card, you'll just keep getting another card as long as you can keep playing them. So it has the potential to allow you to do a lot, all at the cost of just 1 card. And then at the end of your turn, you have to put the rest of your cards on the bottom of your deck. This card might be hard to always get good value out of, so it probably won't, I wouldn't rank it any higher on the countdown, but it is definitely a fun design card, and I think that the times where it goes crazy are going to feel really good. The interaction that this card has with Big Clarabelle is interesting, because both of those things are end of turn triggers. So if you were able to trigger Clarabelle's effect because you had less cards than your opponent, you could then choose the order and put all your cards on the bottom with Genie, and then draw the full amount of cards to be equal with your opponent using Clarabelle, but that only works if your opponent has more cards than you. Moving on to number 5 is a new action called Lose the Way. Exert chosen character. Then you may choose and discard a card. If you do, the exerted character can't ready at the start of their next turn. I think that this action is quite powerful because it allows you to limit your opponent's ability to ready their characters and do important things like quest or challenge, but it also can be used to select your own character. So if you had something like the Genie from last set that when exerted doesn't allow your opponent's characters to ready, you could use this card to exert your Genie the turn you play it. I think that this card is very versatile, and because it's not a song, it can't be removed by Ursula. So it's something that I think in the right deck could be very powerful, and I think it will see some play. At number 4, we have Tinkerbell Fast Flyer. This is a 3-cost inkable 1/3 evasive that quests for 2. This is basically the purple version of Minnie Mouse Stylish Surfer, but because this is a Tinkerbell, it is automatically better because it provides, a shift target for the big Tinkerbell in a purple steel deck, and it has the fairy tag, which might become relevant later on. I think that this is a pretty good card. It might actually see some play. Minnie Mouse Surfer has fallen out of favor since set 2, but unlike red, purple is a deck that is oriented towards aggro, so this card could see play in aggro, or it could see play as an on-curve shift for your big Tink. Our number 3 in Amethyst is the White Rose, Jewel of the Garden. It's a 3-cost inkable 3/3 which quests for 1, but it has an on-play effect that says when you play this character, gain 1 lore. So it's kind of like the goat, gains a lore when you play it. I think that this card overall is pretty good because it survives things like Brawl. It would trade with a lot of characters that are played around this point, like Fox or Crab, and the on-play gaining of lore is extremely strong. I think you'll see this pop up in a lot of aggro decks. It's got a good sized body, and that immediate lore gain should not be underestimated. At number 2, we have a new 1-drop Diablo. This Diablo is a 1-cost inkable, 0/1 that quests for 1 with the effect when this character is banished, you may draw a card. This card is an excellent 1-drop. Purple already has a lot of 1-drops, but I think that this one is probably better than Broom and maybe better than Chernabog. It's worth it even if it doesn't get to quest, but if it does get to quest and then gets banished, you're getting a lot of value. It also offers a new shift line for Diablo if you decide to play the big Diablo in green-purple. You could also use Crab to power this up and trade into another character, allowing you to get that card draw. So I think overall it's a great card. And coming in at our number 1 spot is the new Genie Wish Fulfilled. It's a 4-cost on-inkable 2/4 that quests for 2. Genie does have evasive, and when you play this character, draw a card. This is a very strong card. I think that this card probably replaces Rabbit in every purple deck. I think that it's better than Rabbit because it has evasive and quests for 2. It has extra health. I realize that it doesn't draw a card on leaving play, so it's maybe a little weaker with your Snake Fox bounce package, but I think that this card puts way more pressure on your opponent than the Rabbit does. Rabbit can mostly be ignored except for like in a purple-red mirror match where you really need to get rid of them to limit the card draw. I think that this card questing for 2, being evasive, able to attack Diablo, there's a lot of things that it has going for it, and you know, it's a great card as a potential shift line for the new legendary Genie. I think that this is probably the best card from Purple for this set. Overall, Purple got a lot of really good new cards this set. I think that there were even some cards that could have been on the short list to maybe make the top 7, like Maleficent Staff. I can see that card having a lot of potential. I think that Purple is in a great place in this set. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. If you have any opinions about these cards or tell me any cards that you think should have made the top 7 in the comments below. Have a great day.